My silver dealer told me he is putting a limit on, how much silver he will even buy every day. He said the wholesaler he works with, actually not just the wholesaler, but the refinery also, he said they are limiting what they accept. Really, when it comes down to it, that means we could walk into a shop and be told, no, sorry, I've already got all the silver I need for the day. I think the part most people don't realize is that we basically experienced this about 6 months ago when silver started to surge. I remember this clearly because the same dealer told me, back then he told me, no, he wasn't buying any silver, and now, well, yeah, now we have the same problem. The reality is that we still have the same amount of refineries. It's not like new refineries have opened up since the last surge in silver price, so we still have this bottleneck. We still have a break in the supply chain. He said there are delays building up and too much silver trying to move through the system at once, and I could tell he was serious because he kept repeating that he has to slow things down whether he likes it or not. So hearing a local dealer say a hard no to silver sales just feels strange. What's confusing to me is that hearing these stories actually pushes me to keep buying silver instead of stepping away from it. I know that probably sounds strange. Most people would probably hear about dealers slowing down silver purchases and think it's a bad sign. But to me, it makes silver feel more important somehow. I keep hearing that more factories and companies are using silver than ever before. People say silver is needed in more products now and demand keeps growing. At the same time, I also keep hearing that there may not be enough physical silver available to comfortably keep up with everything that needs it. I keep thinking about what happens if regular people need to cash out their silver someday and dealers start getting picky about what they buy. That thought really stays in my head because I'm not rich. I don't have endless money sitting around. I stack silver because I'm trying to make smart choices with what little extra money I have after bills and groceries and regular life. So hearing my dealer talk like this made me wonder how complicated things could get later on. What happens if everybody rushes to sell silver at the same time? The thing that makes me nervous is how many moving pieces seem connected to silver prices now. One day, people talk about shortages. Another day, people talk about factories needing more silver for their products. Then people talk about delays and shipping problems and dealers running low on certain coins or bars. It feels impossible for a regular person to keep up with all of it. I'm just someone working a normal job trying to protect myself a little. I don't understand every little detail behind the scenes. At the same time, I do hear these stories that actually motivate me to keep stacking silver. That probably sounds backward, but it's true. If there really is more demand for silver and not enough physical silver to easily meet that demand, then it makes me feel like owning silver is important. I know people watching this probably want charts and predictions and exact numbers, but that's not really how I think about it. I just listen to the conversations happening around me and try to trust my instincts. And my instincts keep telling me silver matters more than most people realize. Look, don't get me wrong, my dealer said he's still buying silver every day, but only up to a point. After that point, he starts turning people away because he can only send so much out himself. I always thought silver dealers would want every ounce they could get their hands on, but he said if the people above him are slowing things down, then he has no choice but to slow down too. It made the whole silver market suddenly feel smaller to me somehow. Like there are only so many pathways for silver to move through before everything starts backing up. I think this is going to hit us as silver stackers. I think it's going to increase the premiums we pay when we buy silver and also decrease the buybacks we get when we sell. That spread between buying and selling, that spread is the type of thing that most stackers ignore, but we all need to really think about it more and more. Look, maybe these delays clear up in a few weeks and everything goes back to normal. Maybe people stop talking about shortages and demand and all these silver stories fade away. But another part of me feels like something bigger is happening around this metal. I hear more and more people talking about silver now. Not just investors either. Regular people seem more interested in tangible things lately because paper money and prices and bills all feel unstable right now. I just think people are tired of feeling uncertain all the time. That's one reason I started stacking silver in the first place. Silver makes me feel like I have something real tucked away for the future. I know the price jumps around. I know silver can frustrate people, but I still feel comforted owning it because it feels more permanent than so many other things right now. Maybe that comfort is partly emotional, but I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting that. Another thing I keep thinking about is the demand for silver, not the demand from stackers. I mean, the demand for industry. I hear people talking about factories and technology and products needing more silver than before. Again, I don't follow every detail because it gets overwhelming fast. But if companies are using more silver while regular people are also stacking it, then I can understand why there's pressure building around physical silver. And when pressure builds in any market, weird things start happening. Dealers get cautious, supplies tighten up, people panic more easily. I think a lot of stackers are just regular people trying to prepare in small ways. Most of us are not wealthy. We are not experts. We are not spending all day studying markets. We just want something solid to hold on to while life keeps getting more expensive and confusing. That's why hearing my dealer talk about limits affected me so much. It made this whole silver situation feel more real instead of just sounding like another rumor floating around.